Thanks, Batman. You know, sometimes you gotta have people speaking for you instead of always doing the talking yourself. That's why it's good when people rise up and speak. Because I think the thing that's kept people from speaking is a fear. Just a fear of something, a fear of being exposed, fear of like exposing yourself to ridicule and trollism, and then if you possible you know, harassment in one way or another. That's what I tried to do from the very beginning of this channel, was to get people of the similar mind and rise up and just start speaking your mind. And as you notice, I'm seeing the way that the world is, the pattern is, it's going to a direction where it's a very forceful feeling. I mean, they're forcing everything on you. That's what the turnoff is with me, is just any time that you feel like you're forced to do anything. I'm not forcing people to accept the olive branch. I'm just going like this, like here. Yeah, sometimes I gotta look around the camera here, so. Now, when Gary was talking yesterday, it's like, you know, it's no secret who you're talking about. This channel here somehow became a platform for a bunch of different personalities. And I know that some of the personalities are agents. And they'll never admit it because you can't admit it. It's you're sworn to secrecy. How can you admit it? I understand that part. But because it's my channel here, I still get the right to pick whatever content I want to talk about. Whoever I want to raise up, or whoever I want to expose to more viewers. That's why I do it. Because I know the average amount of views that I'll get. And when somebody makes a really frickin' damn good point, that has been either subbed for a while, or even if you make a good point and you have a good video about it, I'm going to show it. And if you're up to no good, well, I'm going to show that too. And if I expose evil, then I bring evil upon myself, don't I? Don't you know that, everybody? When you expose evil, evil is going to be brought upon yourself. That's where your faith comes in it. That's where the Holy Spirit comes in. Like, what do you do about it when you're faced with, I don't know, I guess it depends on how you look at it. If you fear it, if you fear it, then it's gonna bother you. When you fear something, you're not gonna be yourself. You're not gonna do what you want to do. If there's a demon that's forcing you to feel fear, you might want to pluck them off, rebuke them. You know what I mean? But we're not fighting against flesh and blood. That's why God tells us. It's like, thou shalt not kill, okay? That's an easy one. I mean, thou shalt not kill your fellow brethren. Why? Because it's a spiritual battle. Stupid. It's about spirits that control people. It's the spirits that we're fighting inside of our fellow servants and then brethren, because our fellow servants and brethren, the ones that still have to be killed the same way that we were, you know, beheaded, slain for the word of God and the testimony that we held. Slain, okay? Your spirit being slain. I just use more of the humor end of the slain, because that's what it is. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's all a joke. We all have the last laugh towards the ones that are coming in this direction, trying to slay us, literally. So anyway, I feel like I owe it to all of my subscribers and all of the people that I've talked to, and the ones that understand how things started and then how they progressed. And again, it's usually to the subs that have been here a while, you guys that are watching all the time. You've seen the difference of how everything was like, it was orchestrated by a mastermind. But see, you got to understand, Satan is the mastermind. And he will use each individual vessel to get done what he needs to get done. But then God, you know, what God brings together, I don't, like, man shall not try to separate or something. Including when a man gets married to his wife. That way he's not like Peter the pumpkin eater, that he had a wife and he couldn't keep her. When God is on your side and you know the power that he has, and when you have experience of seeing things like he just snaps it and it's done just like that, you know that he's going to do the same thing. So the evil ones that are coming at you, which they are fully deceived by Satan himself, the orchestrator of all of this. He's the one that picks a person over here, picks this person over there, okay, from separate entities, or whatever you want to call it. So when it came to this channel, number one, Satan didn't like the fact that I was bringing people together. That's a given, okay? Now, who is he using in the human form to fulfill his will? Well, he uses people, right? He uses people in the real world here and on YouTube, you know, the reality show. A lot are soap operas because a lot of people are scripted. This channel here is a reality show, and the elite know that. And the main person in charge of watching me and keeping tabs on me, and just showing how obvious the gang stalking is to me, and I just recorded like. I mean, I'm not sure if. Sometimes I think because Satan does really deceive people, he makes them really dumb, and they'll think that what they're doing is working for them, but even Satan knows it's going to work against them because that's God's will, because Satan understands what God's will is. It's like people give Satan the bad rap, but he's given you an option. This is an energy that you can choose to take and go with, and God is the other energy, the good part of energy. You can choose to do either or. It's like it ain't like Satan is a lie, because he's true, but everything that he does is to deceive you and lie to you and get you to think that this is better. but that's the energy you choose. So there's people out there that chose that side of the energy to feel inside, because that's what fuels their day. Like, they're not like, for me, for instance, exposing the truth and proving it almost beyond a shadow of a doubt is what I try to do. And then I take my evidence and I present it to you guys with everything that I have, and then it's like it's a spiritual court date, and it usually starts with the preliminary hearing to see if you got enough evidence, and of course, it always goes to the trial, because there's plenty of evidence, but that side will always say, wasn't me. Nah. What's that? You caught me red-handed? It wasn't me. It wasn't my hands. It was his. So that the circumstantial evidence alone is enough to take it to trial every time. And then we set a trial date. And then what happens is I present more stronger evidence than the the defendants, because there's times where I am the DA and there's times where I'm the defending attorney. So when I'm the DA, I'm presenting evidence to you, okay, as a defense attorney, but I'm also on my behalf, and then I'm also presenting evidence for you to prove that that person is wrong and is a liar, a true liar. So therefore I turn into the district attorney. Either way, they're still lawyers. If I missed anything in life, a calling, it would be a lawyer, I think. I just never thought I would be talking like that because social anxiety my whole life. That's why it kept me away from doing anything that was social. Carpentry is something you kind of do by yourself and just be left alone. So when I take the trial, I have way more evidence than the opposition, and they still don't want to make a deal. You know what I mean? This peace. No? You know, I'm the one exposing you for what you are. And I'm just telling you what God is telling me to do. God's going to show you what he's going to do. I'm just letting you know ahead of time that he's going to show you. But you don't have to. You know what I mean? But I don't do it. Let me just make it very, very clear. I don't say, oh man, hey, please, please, I mean, please, where you? No, man, no. It's said out of pure love that you can't understand. You don't understand this kind of love. This is slaying spirits. Okay? This is slaying spirits. Love by slaying spirits. It's crazy, ain't it? Then they're slaying people literally with, killing them. You can slay with a sword if you want. But a sword is also your tongue. So, which way do you want to be slain? That's what I'm trying to tell you. I mean, is what I'm trying to ask you. Which way do you want to be slain? I was already slain for holding on to the testimony of the Word of God. Given a white robe, told to rest for a little season, until my fellow servants, you, and my brethren, the ones that are going to be saved, should be killed as I was in Christ. I seek to lose my life, that way I can gain it. I wasn't looking to gain my life, because then I would lose it. Yeah. Is that an unusual parking spot or what? Huh? No? Normal? Everything. So, again, I'm doing this because I want to make it very clear in this video. Very clear. And I'll probably repeat myself again and again because I feel like I never say it. I can't say it enough. This is a peace offering to say God, okay, is getting ready to kick your ass. If you don't accept this, He's going to show you in the end. Take it or leave it. I started doing it around 11/11. There was no particular reason why. I just felt like, because I noticed like the next day, I'm like, matter of fact, I can go back to my videos and see when I first started. And then I can, and then you can see when I first started to do this to everybody, well, a lot of people started coming up making videos again. That's kind of what I was aiming for. And then you see where people are at, right? And you see where I'm at, and then, but you'll have hired agents bickering in your ear, whether it's on the comment section or people actually calling each other. You'll have agents bickering in your ear. No, Robin is just, no, he's not, he has a motive behind it. That's what it is. I mean, and this is what we went through. I'm summarizing everything after, what's today? The 29th? After about 17 days so far. I'm kind of summarizing when I started to do this, what happened throughout these past 17 days. And I talk about whatever I want to talk about on my channel. And I don't leave anybody out. And when people say leave people alone, well, you know, I guess there is a time for that, to leave people alone. However, if there's still deception going on, I feel like it's my job to expose it all the way through, because I'm counting down. I feel like there's only about a month left until the time is time's out, time's up, game over on their belief, and then God is really going to show them what's up. That's all. And that's the faith that I have coming into this, and that's what I'm saying right now. If God decides not to stop for some reason, then I guess we're all dead, right? And so I'm not saying we're all going to live because I'm afraid of dying. I've already accepted it. I've already accepted it. Everybody dies in the world anyway. So to say that people aren't going to die isn't because I'm like, oh, look, guys, we're not going to die. I swear, I promise. I mean, I hope we're not going to die. But where can I got to try to find so hard to see where it says that nobody's dying. It doesn't say it like that. But there is a thing called common sense that people do lack. And I don't think I'm one of them, but I mean, to each his own. Everybody, you know, you think you either have it or you don't. Maybe you're deceived, you think you do and you don't. Maybe you don't even realize how much common sense you do have until you start thinking about it. So I don't extend the olive leaf because I'm afraid of the rulers of the world, okay? The elite that rule the world. The leader of the gang stalker, this gang stalking system. There's a leader to the system. And I'm sure it's in each country. Or maybe even each state. Maybe even each city. Who knows? There's plenty of jobs for that. It's just a matter of, well, guessing. It's only, that part's a guess, but either way, it's true. It happens. So I'm coming up against everything and everybody who doesn't want to follow the law of God. And whatever happens to me, happens to me. But for the sake of the elect, those days shall be shortened. And those that remain alive will be caught up with God, right? So the ones that do believe the Bible, you do understand that there will be people that are going to live all the way through to the end and never die. Okay? If you do believe the Bible, you'll understand Enoch lived 365 and never died. And I think Elijah's the same thing. I think, well, I'm not sure if it was Moses or not, but those two witnesses, right? And supposedly two of them are coming back in the end days. I just believe it's the spirit of, there's people out there that have the spirit of them. That's all. There's not one particular person or two particular people that are going to be Elijah and Enoch and Moses. It's the spirit. Just like there isn't one Jezebel, okay? It's the spirit of that whore, all right? And Ahab. It's the spirit of those evil leaders. Just because Ahab, like Harold Camping said, by the way, just because he humbled himself doesn't mean he was a saved individual, like he was a child of God. He can humble you, and you still don't have to, you still won't turn. It's because of stubbornness. But this peace offering is more of a look. I understand that we're fighting against powers and principalities. These spirits are the ones that deceive people, not people themselves. So I understand that we're all eternal beings. I understand that we're all going to live. No matter what happens to us, no matter if we all die saved, or however you want to look at it, or you died unsaved, we're all eternal beings. And if we died unsaved at a particular time from before, which I don't rule out because God is capable of doing anything, this is the final generation. That's why there's so many damn people. Because everybody, they haven't learned yet. So those 450 false prophets of Baal, they haven't learned yet. It's the same thing. They're going to learn, but they haven't learned yet. So it's just like repeating again. And the reason why Ahab, Jezebel, seemed pretty pissed off at Elijah is because he slew them. You know, I think he freaking told him some jokes is what he did. He's like, hey guys, come here. All right, now now understand this. I'm half Polish, by the way. He's like, hey, come here, guys, come here. Look, how many Polacks does it take to change a light bulb? And then they're all like, huh? What? Muski spuski? What's a light bulb? And Elijah's like, oh, crap, that was for a remote generation. Anyway, it takes 3, okay? And they're all like, huh? What? Why 3? And he's like, well, because you need 1 to hold on to the light bulb on the ladder, and then you need 2 to lift the ladder and spin it. And then they're all like, oh, Elijah, oh, man, you slay me with these jokes, man. Oh, man. Oh, man, this guy's all right, man. Hey, this guy's pretty cool, man. Why are we trying to kill him again, Ahab? How's Jezebel? Why are we trying to kill Elijah again? He's a pretty cool dude. And then it's like, well, obviously, because there's jealousy there, there's hatred, there's Elijah gained favor in the eyes of the 450 prophets that used to listen to a false teaching. But again, that's my interpretation, right? If you have an interpretation and it's not the same as mine, do I call you a liar? Do I say you're deceived? Or what do I say about you? Or do I say, well, that's your interpretation? Okay. We all have our own, don't we? We all have our own private interpretation. So if you look at it with an evil heart, well, you can look at it as being quite literal. Quite literal. When you look at it from a pure heart, you see, well, God is a hilarious creator. If you can't see that, then you're too stuck up, like stiff. God is freaking hilarious, man. I mean, he makes you laugh, doesn't he? The people that he creates, how he has Satan using certain people, the delusion that God that sent, that strong delusion that God sent today, it is a hilarious result of when you know that people are delusional. Look, you feel bad for them for an extent, but you know God has a perfect way of turning them back, and it's basically harmless. It's all up here. It's a spiritual battle. Do you fear it or do you not? Are we going to die or no? Are the elite going to turn back to God, or is God going to stop them? Look, I know I'm not the only one that sits in my truck and does YouTube videos. But sitting is, it's like, you should go, right? You should just get in, do what you gotta do, and go, instead of sit. But whatever. So back to, being slain by the word of God, right? And or being literally slain, like with being killed or murdered, and with testing spirits on this channel. This is what the channel became. I just go with the flow with whatever it is. It's just a flow. I'm going with the flow. That's why when I push record, there's something flowing through that I gotta get out. And I'm bringing people back together, and I've been showing this to the elite. I'm pretty sure I made the video saying this is the reason why I want to do it. I want to show the elite that, look, you tried your damnedest, and little by little, people are just coming back and you know, being civil and understanding that, wow, you know, there was a lot of division on this channel alone. I don't know about anybody else's any other people's channels, but this one alone, because this is my world right now. Yeah, it just divided all over the place. But I don't know where Derek's at with this. I have a feeling that delusion, that there might be still a strong delusion. I don't know if he made a video and said something otherwise, and I apologize, Derek, but you were one of the first ones that I started to talk to also. But the ones that just can't accept this, well, then there's a motive behind it, and I'm here to expose the motive. And then it goes even deeper than that. When someone doesn't want to receive peace, are they delusional? Are they still deceived by this strong delusion that God sent on them? It's possible that is likely on both ends. Or are they not delusional and they know exactly what they're doing and they are the opposite of God, all the way to the very bitter end? Is that the case? Because if that's the case, then there's a motive from the beginning. And the motive from the beginning was an evil plankton plan. That it only works for like 3.5 days. I mean, I don't know how long plankton has ever had the Krabby Patty formula for, besides a few seconds. Maybe 3.5 seconds, and it was taken away. I don't know. No more than 30 seconds. No more than 33 seconds did plankton ever have the Krabby Patty formula. So the same thing's going to happen now. And that division that was caused on my channel, well, it kind of started when I made fun of Richie from Boston, and from that point on, gathering people to my channel. Well, the owners, the rulers, the leaders, they don't like that. They didn't like that. So yeah, there was an army sent over to my channel to divide anybody who was commenting, who was kindly commenting, just being a regular person, and then they just viciously attacked you because you were trying to be civil with me. Now, the powers have changed. The shift is over. The tables are already turning, okay? It's not when the tables turn. It's the tables were here from the very beginning. Satan was over here. And then the tables are turning. God's over here. All his children are here. When it gets to my chin, that's right about 12 o'clock, okay? Right about there. And then the power shift is completely 100% full circle all the way around. And the power shifts from evil to good. So that's where we're at right now. We're there with just a power shift of evil plans, evil plots being switched over to, well, positivity, the positive energy. And that's what I'm bringing back to the channel. And I'm going to get attacked for it viciously. And throughout the day, wherever I'm at, I'm going to get followed and harassed. And people, basically, I look at it like this. They're waving to me. They're saying hi. But they won't say hi. But some of them do wave. Like yesterday, that girl in the Jeep, she waved. That's cool. You know, that's cool. I don't know if she heard me. I tried telling her she'll be on YouTube later. But who knows if she knows or just her handler knows and told her to wave and you know, because you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you're told. But in the end, with this channel, those who are still resisting love and peace offering, their spirit is failing miserably, okay? And that goes for anybody. Anybody in the comment section, anybody making videos. And then just understand the reason why I'm doing it. It's out of the fear of what God's going to do to you, to my fellow servant. You know, because we're going to have servants. Man, when the table completely turns, it's going to be awesome. God said he had many mansions, right? Many mansions. Why would he have many mansions if only 144,000 people are going to be saved? Huh? Why would he have 144,000 mansions? You got 144,000 mansions.